Oh yeah, Grenada, welcome, Grenada, Carriacou, Pity Monica, and the world. Welcome to another Mikey Live show, and I'm your host, Mikey Hutchinson. Of course, I'm here, and I'm happy to be here to tell you all that's happening. All that's happening in Grenada, the wider world, Trinidad and Tobago, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Bequia, St. Lucia. We try to incorporate a lot of the things that are happening in the Caribbean right here on Mikey Live. We are broadcasting live from the tropical island, the Spice Isle of the Caribbean, Grenada. Now, the headlines are as follows. Caribbean islands brace for strong winds and rough seas. We will tell you about that in a moment. 23-year-old man sent to prison for 13 years, and we will tell you why. Grenada wins Juve competition in St. Kitts, and that was really interesting, huh? Well, yeah, man, really good. All right, and of course, in addition to that, people, Grenada is being represented at the regional female calypso competition in Montserrat. Yes, we will tell you about that. In St. Kitts, fight broke, missiles thrown. We're talking about stones, bottles. Police arrest over 60 persons, and they continue their investigations into a lot of misbehaving at the St. Kitts Juve. We'll tell you about that. We have raw footage to show you as well. Digicel Group CEO dies suddenly, and we will tell you more about that in a moment. So we have a lot of things to tell you about, people. So brace yourself, tell your friends, your family, everybody that the program has already started. Now, the headlines was brought to you through the kind compliments of Duty Free Caribbean and the Colombian Emeralds International. Now, it's also brought to you by WPG10. Folks, share the program. You see, when they share the program, so many people get to see. It also helps with the growth of the program if you so are interested in that as well, people. So once you share the program, it helps with the growth of the program because other people gets to see it. All right. So if it is your wish, please go ahead and share the program if you want to see the thing go. Now we are coming back, and when we come back, people, is real news in Audio Lili Lolo. So stay tuned.
Visit Duty Free Caribbean for all your gift ideas. Duty Free Caribbean offers to you colognes, perfumes, handbags, and much more from top brands you know and love. Duty Free Caribbean. Own the experience this Christmas.
Quartz invites you to pick your discount just in time for the new year. Shop from Thursday, December 27th to Monday, 31st and get 5%, 10%, 20%, 50%, even 100% off. That's right, you can win your purchase free. Pick your discount December 27th to 31st. Only at Quartz. Start the new year off with a bang.
Audio Jungle.
It is often referred to as the biggest night of the year, Old Year's Night. And this year, we head to Spice Basket for a night of melody. Get ready. As Island Productions presents, straight out of Trinidad, the melodic Baron. Baron.
So baby, don't rock it.
Byron alongside Grenada's very own Short Prey. Short Prey.
I love it.
One night, two artists, two bands, one great occasion. Melody. Get your limited $60 tickets now from Mitchell's Health and Wellness, Excel Plaza and Spice and more. Gittins Pharmacy, Grandans, St. George's and Grenville. Grenadian Optical, Grandans and St. George's. Duty-Free Caribbean, Esplanade Mall. Maryland Shop, Bellevue. Licks and Bites and Kelly's Hotspot, St. John. Shai's Bar and Pierre's Barber Shop, St. Mark. The Big Line Bar, St. Patrick. Maxie's Bar, St. Andrew. Buy Smart Supermarket, the St. David's Pharmacy, SOG Food, St. David. The event that celebrates the old and kicks off the new year with Melody. Baron.
All right, so that one is one you got to go to. All right, a lot of people are already talking about that event. It's going to be a nice one, you know. All right, now first we you know how we like to do it already. We do the good, the bad, and then we give it a Mikey. All right, so let's talk about the good news. And when we're talking about the good news, we are talking about the tourism. The product has really improved in the past few years, so much so that we are seeing all the benefits from it. Pure Grenada, the spice of the Caribbean, continues to be trending internationally and is on a steady course to achieve the historic milestone of 500,000 total visitor arrivals. Now, for the period January to November 2018, cruise passenger arrivals increased by 24%, yacht passengers arrivals by 11.6%, and stayover arrivals increased by 9.2%. And that's according to a release from the Tourism Authority. Now, the GTA and stakeholders achieved many firsts during 2018, they say, which added to the elevation of Grenada's international profile. Now, in the area of marketing, the GTA implemented a robust program which included media and travel agent receptions in key gateway cities in the United States and Canada. In the UK, the GTA hosted a stakeholder showcase in London, for the first time recognizing partners and media for their work in marketing Pure Grenada. You understand? Now, a key highlight for the year is additional airlift. You understand? Now, Grenada benefited from additional Caribbean Airlines and Liat flights for Spice Mass, while Air Canada Rouge has added a third weekly flight. American Airlines a second flight on Saturdays from Miami, and Sunwing added 22 flights for the winter season. You understand? So they say we're doing pretty. We're pretty, and the team of people, they walk in. You understand? They walk in. You understand? So Pure Grenada trending in many aspects. Oh, they don't want to believe. I tell only we're trending, people. You know what I mean? We're trending. So big up the people, boy. We're doing pretty. Now, there's more to this release, of course. You will be able to find on our website at the end of the program. In fact, on Fridays, we try to not keep you for too long. We know all want to go and party and do all the business and things like that. Now, we have a message from the Communal Cooperative Credit Union Limited. It says, to our valued members, stakeholders, and the general public, we are pleased to inform you of the expansion in services to our members with the opening of our Grand Anne's Business Center. People are going there today. If you see the place, pretty. Now, effective Wednesday, January 2nd, 2019, all branches of the Communal Cooperative Credit Union Limited will operate with the same business hours as follows: Monday to Thursday, 8 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Now, this change will affect the Halifax Street head office. All right. Now, the management and staff sincerely value your business, and looks forward to serving you for our 5 locations, from the various locations, right? And you know where they are. They say that they do apologize for any inconvenience that may be caused and remind members that you can save time and money at the Connex ATMs and so, because it remains available for you and to you. All right. Now they're saying that if you have any questions regarding the changes, you can please contact the member service department at 440-1755. That number again, 440-1755. Or you can also email comcreditunion, so that's comcreditunion@thecommunalcu.com. All right. And all must communal, all must do business on Mikey Live. What it is, boy? All must do some business on Mikey Live. Let people know what's going on, boy. And I mean, telling me, all you. Let's get down to another serious story, boy. Well, we told you earlier in the week that Mr. Ian W would have passed away, you know, and we got a statement from the GTA as well. Right now, he was a former member of the board of directors of the Grenada Tourism Authority. So it really says here that the chairman, board of directors, management and staff of the Grenada Tourism Authority, the GTA, would like to extend sincere condolence to the family and friends of Mr. Ian W following his recent passing. Now, Mr. W served as a member of the board of directors in 2014 at the inception of the GTA, as well as a member of the Human Resource Committee from 2014 to August of 2018. He also served as director of the board for several years with the former Grenada Board of Tourism, the GBT. Additionally, Mr. Dario served as a director of the Grenada Hotel and Tourism Authority or Association, the GHTA, for over 12 years up to the time of his passing, and as a president from 2010 to 2015. It was under his tenure that Grenada received funding from Compete Caribbean to develop the brand Pure Grenada, the spice of the Caribbean, which is marketed worldwide by the GTA up to today. With his passion for his country, Mr. Dario has certainly left his mark on the tourism industry in Grenada, Carriacou and Petit Martinique, both as a stalwart hotelier and business leader. He will be truly missed, and may his soul rest in peace. And that's a message from the GTA boy. You know, they wanted to say that. All right. Now, folks, we are moving on. How are we looking for time? Grenada reigns at the St. Kitts Carnival. You understand? Now, folks, there was a Juve band organized by Grenadians in St. Kitts. You understand that Juve was on Boxing Day. Now, earlier, Grenada won Best Small Band. Would you believe that, people? Grenada won at the St. Kitts Juve the Best Small Band. Yeah? And so we deserve, or they deserve, you know, some recognition for that. Give them a clap now, man. All do thing on the program now, why? Do thing on the program now, why? Yeah, man. That's what we're talking about. Do thing on the program. Grenada don't normal, boy. You understand? And speaking about Grenada don't normal, I ain't wasting time. So we're done with St. Kitts. Let's go over to Montserrat now. Former Calypso monarch, Keturah George. Now she's currently in Montserrat representing Grenada at the regional Queens of Queen Calypso competition. So all the queens, all the champions, and female Dan Gogon and them kind of business, they are all competing in this one competition. They are competing for supremacy. Now the competition is scheduled to take place tomorrow night, Saturday at 8 p.m. And we will see participants from 8 Caribbean islands, including Anguilla, St. Lucia, Antigua, Barbados, Trinidad and Tobago, Grenada, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Montserrat. And they will be performing in that order. They are all trying to dethrone Trinidad and Tobago. You understand who won the last competition? So today, we spoke to Keturah George.
Hey Grenada, I am in the beautiful island of Montserrat, getting ready to compete tomorrow night in Queen of Queens female regional competition. There are 8 islands up here. We're all going up against reigning monarch Karine Ashe from Trinidad. We have Antigua in the house, Talia King, St. Vincent, Shauna Mackenzie, St. Lucia, Manel, Barbados, Crystal Cummins Beckins, Anguilla, Roxy Webster, and Montserrat Maxine Lee. It's a pleasure once again to represent my country, and I'm going to do my utmost best. And tomorrow night, well, we're all queens up here, so the best queen that brings it on the stage is going to win. Love you guys. Reppin' 473. Hey, Grenada.
Up. So Olia, we're gonna wish her all the best, Keturah. No, she could sing. I mean, even when she's talking, she sounds like she's singing. Alright? So we had to big up Keturah and thing like that. Keturah, go and do a sport. I'll put something on the program now. Why it is? Why like up the thing, no man? I find out how to call someone like up the thing, now light up the place, no man. A quiet revolution is in progress right now, people, which will catapult Grenada, Carriacou, and Pidi Martinique into a new era of global competitiveness and economic development. It's called Destination Data. This new fiber optic infrastructure investment in Grenada will improve business, education, telemedicine, telecommunication, equal access, and it goes on and on and on. And guess what? The bigger, better companies spearheading the whole business. And so, keep your ears and things open, because we're going to be telling you more about that. People, imagine fiber optics, fiber cables going to be installed, or fiber. Let's simplify. Schools and the whole government repertoire would receive the highest possible speed of internet service provided by Digicel. Schools, government buildings, and so on. So you just think ahead what that will mean for us. Schools, all government schools and so having high-speed internet fiber, you know. And we'll let leader talk there, because you see, I get kind of excited when we're talking about technology and then business. So let the leader talk there. Stolen vehicle has become a thing in Grenada right now. Real people tiffing vehicle, and we don't hear nothing about it. The amount of people are telling me people tiffing the vehicle. I go on talk to the police. Maybe Monday, I'll go in and sit down with the police. This is what I'm going to do. And talk to the police about stolen vehicles in Grenada, if there's a new trend developing in the country where vehicles are being stolen. So many complaints, people. These people say they went on the beach, you know. They went BBC Beach. And then, broad daylight, you know, people. When they come back for the vehicle, it's not there. A white car, we go show all you. When we talk to the police, because I want to put the things together for us, you know what I mean? Is this a new trend developing in Grenada? About 3 persons in the past 3 days have complained about stolen vehicles. People tiffing their vehicle and they're getting it abandoned at some place and then kind of business. Anyway, we'll hear more about that. 23-year-old, in the papers we're telling you now. A 23-year-old man sent to prison for 13 years. You know, whenever you hear them kind of thing, boy, you know? Yeah, boy. Because what's saying is a young man, gets himself in trouble and that kind of thing. With family and thing, and he ended up in, you know, in prison. 23-year-old Ladig man, Ladig St. Andrew. This is from the New Today. He was facing a 20 years on an attempted murder charge. Was sent to prison for 13 years, 1 month, and 1 month following a sentence handed down. You understand? By High Court Judge Justice Paula Guilford. Deron Jeffrey, he pleaded guilty to attacking his 56-year-old uncle, who is also from Nadig, and that incident happened last year. You understand? He attacked him with a cutlass. Now, the court was told by the state prosecutor, Crown Counsel Brendan Latouche, that prior to the incident, the uncle took the now convicted man to live with him at his Ladig home. The altercation between them ensued from a falling out that they had, which resulted in the uncle asking the nephew to pack up and leave. Now, according to Latouche, an angry Jeffrey decided to lay in wait close to where the uncle lives and attacked him while he was on his way home that evening and threatened to kill him in the process. Now, Jeffrey was 20 years old when he committed the offense, which resulted in his uncle receiving several chop wounds about the body, including his head. You understand? The convicted man, who retained the service of attorney at law George Prime to assist him, has 3 previous convictions, 2 being of a similar nature and 1 for possession of an offensive weapon. Now, they are saying as part of his sentence, Justice Guilford ordered Jeffrey to undergo counseling and therapy for drug addiction. If he fails to comply with this aspect of the sentence, Jeffrey faces a default sentence of 1 year prison term. You understand? And that's according to the New Today. All right. Although there might be something serious happening in the Caribbean with regards to the weather. Now, we have heard from St. Lucia. We have heard from Trinidad and Tobago, at least. And we're in the middle of that. Now, the people in St. Lucia has been urged to brace themselves for a spell of bad weather. All right? And it's expected to last throughout the weekend. You know? They said this weather pattern is likely to affect the region. They say that the conditions will start to deteriorate as early as tonight. How would that manifest itself? We are talking about heavy winds and rough seas. Yes? So we have not heard here locally about that, but the other islands are speaking about it, and I think it's in that context that we need to tell you about it.
Director of the National Emergency Management Organization, NEMO, Velda Joseph, harps on the importance of preparation outside the normal Atlantic hurricane season. St. Lucians are bracing themselves for gusty winds and rough seas from Friday, December 28th through to Sunday, December 31st. According to 268 Weather, the weather may resemble a weak tropical storm. However, the elevated winds are due to the strength and location of the center of a high-pressure system.
We are expecting brisk winds and rough seas for a few days around the Caribbean region. The advisory has been issued by the Met Office. It is part of the regular weather report. We always advocate that persons listen to the weather report, follow the weather report on the Facebook page, on the website of the Met Office. And so, indeed, it is correct that we're expecting brisk winds and rough seas throughout this weekend and for a couple of days around the region. You are to be prepared for all hazards all the time. Preparation is not seasonal. Preparation is all year round.
Out of the season, storms are not the only concern. On Saturday, Indonesia was devastated by a deadly tsunami, which left over 400 dead, the consequence of a volcanic eruption. Kikem Jenny, the underwater volcano north of Grenada, poses a similar threat. Joseph argues that since citizens cannot adequately prepare for such an event, they must familiarize themselves with the natural warning signs of a tsunami.
Persons would know that if you hear loud rumbling sound, you need to run to higher ground. If you see the sea receding, you need to run to higher ground. You really need to go to the 3rd floor of a multi-story building or go as high as possible to higher ground. We are in the process of rolling out a number of new public service announcements, and one of them is focused on tsunamis. So we're very happy to say that very early in the new year, we will be putting out those public service announcements.
With the rapid onset of climate change, the director of NEMO continues to encourage year-round preparation.
It is not only during the official Atlantic hurricane season that we are exposed to adverse weather, we are exposed to tropical cyclone type weather, and so we just want to encourage persons to make sure that they are prepared all year round. with the predictions of climate change, we expect anything at any time. But I believe that there is merit in making sure that your preparedness is consistent, it is all year round, and that you are ready for whatever may come.
Marine and small craft operators are also urged to exercise caution over the weekend. NEMO also encourages citizens to keep abreast with the current weather reports. Gina Filippi, HTS News.
And there's also a small craft advisory in effect for Grenada. All right, this gentleman here, this is the Digicel Group CEO, Mr. Alex Matushka von Griffin-Claw. He has died. The 47-year-old, who was appointed CEO just February this year, died suddenly on Thursday while on holiday with his family in Germany. Now, this was confirmed by Digicel Group Chairman, now interim Group CEO, Dennis O'Brien, in an international memo to Digicel staff on Friday. Now, he said that no words can adequately express our sadness at Alex's passing or our gratitude for having worked with him. Digicel has lost a committed, hard-working, and exceptional chief executive. Those of us who have been fortunate enough to know him on a personal level have lost a dear friend, O'Brien said. Now, over the coming days, they say, we will share our thoughts for a suitable commemoration of Alex and of his enormous contribution to the transformation of Digicel. Our thoughts and prayers are with his wife, Julia, and his 3 children at this very difficult time. May his soul rest in peace. Now, folks, he was recently in Grenada. He was recently in Grenada, you know, and so I know that even the staff here will find dealing with his loss very hard. All right, folks, we're moving on. How are we looking for time? The next thing that we have to tell you about, raw footage of a boat on fire just outside Beckway this morning. You understand? Just as morning broke, this vessel was noticed and it was on fire. As you can see on your screen, Coast Guard was on its way to rescue whoever was on aboard the vessel. It is unclear as to what led to the fire, whether or not there were any injuries, and the actual origin of the vessel. Now, I spoke to one crew member of another boat who advised us of this incident, who speculated where he thought the boat came from, but of course we will not venture into repeating that. But of course we will continue to try to see if we can get some more information relating to this boat. All right, and that was just off the coast of Beckway this morning. All right, we are moving on, and so the next incident, or the next thing that we have to tell you about, we want to take you to St. Lucia, where there was a shooting incident that we would like to tell you about, and the police there have been saying that they're having way too many gun violence in St. Lucia, and the police force there, they are trying to deal with it.
74-year-old Joachim Joseph, an elderly man known locally in the Masha community as Yaye, was the unlikely target of 2 gun-toting assailants who opened fire in what is a residential area during the busy evening commute on December 27th. Alexandrina Polius told News Force she grew up with Yaye.
When I heard that this morning, I could not believe that. I come and I cook my peas before I go at my people. That is not right. Whosoever do it, you have to pay for it.
The senior gunshot victim, who lived in squalid conditions in a crumbling and abandoned structure on Marsha Road, was regularly seen sitting quietly in his front door. The bullets, which did not hit the suspected targets, pierced the ailing galvanized and wooden partitions of Yaye's dwelling. The unassuming senior citizen was shot while inside his home. Police is worried the inner city gun violence has again breached the Marsha community.
They're on that road every minute you passing. You don't know what time to pass up here? Here coming that kind of mess. I just don't know what is wrong with here. Black, blonde, white, nobody can pass. Hey, that's over the limit, man. You don't have to do something with them.
News Force understands one of two 15-year-olds shot in the melee was the gunman's intended target. The two teen victims, one male and one female, are minors, and their identities are officially being withheld by authorities. They are both listed in stable condition at hospital. The teenagers are said to be known to local law enforcement. Police are on the hunt for the unmasked shooters who reportedly fled on foot. The national homicide count is now up to 43. Rihani Isidore, HTS News Force.
43. 43? And 15-year-olds? Anyway, the next story that we want to tell you about is in St. Kitts Boy. We were telling you 64 was arrested at the Juve there on the 26th of December. Police are still investigating several incidents, people, several incidents that took place at the Juve there. Now, according to police there, they said that due to several incidents that occurred during the Juve, they had to cut the Juve short. They say that a number of incidents occurred. Some of them were gang-related, and others were fights that occurred during the street jam. They said that they had bottles and stones being thrown, used as missiles, in fact. It resulted in the injury of several persons, including police officers. Police say that they are investigating those incidents. Several persons were taken in. Several persons were arrested and brought in for questioning. Police were injured while trying to arrest some persons, while trying to execute arrests and so on. Police and all got injured. You understand? Up to 64 persons were arrested by police. Several persons injured. Yeah? Ah, boy. Yeah, that was in St. Kitts, right? Now, on the lighter side of things, I would like to ask you a simple question and test your intelligence. If MSE is Mac and HINE is Hein, what does MACHINE spell?
MAC spells
M-A-C spelled as Mac.
right, and HINE spells
H-I-N-E.
H-I-N-E.
Spell as H-I-N-E. Neat.
Okay, so what is MACHINE?
M is match.
Right. So what is MACHINE?
M-A-C-H.
What going on, buddy? You good? What is M-A-C-H-I-N-E?
Match. Spell it, take your time and spell it.
Right. So M-A-C is Mac and H-I-N-E is Hein. So what is M-A-C-H-I-N-E?
Mac. Wait.
M-A-C is Mac. Right. And H-I-N-E is Hein. So what is M-A-C?
Match. Macine.
You have it.
Macine.
You have it.
Dowdy, you say M. Macine. Matching. Spell it back there, I go tell you.
Right. So M-A-C is Mac and H-I-N-E is Hein. So what is M-A-C?
H-I-N-E.
We have whole day. We go figure it out. If I had to stay here till nightfall, we here. Cameraman, I'm paying you extra time. Don't worry. I pay the cameraman extra time just for you. What is M-A-C-H-I-N-E?
M-A-C. Mac. You say Mac. M-A-C is Mac. Right. Mac. And they say what?
H-I-N-E. M-A-C-H-I-N-E.
H-I-N-E.
Yeah.
But you're putting two of them together.
Yeah.
All right. So Macine.
It's machine.
Machine. M. But how you say? But you know, tell me spell it. Let me see where.
All right. I can't do this no more. I quit. There have been new ambulance distributed on mainland Grenada, and yesterday we were telling you that even Carriacou got its own. We have a special report by KOMG Productions.
The new ambulance comes equipped with some of the basic amenities needed for the caring of patients who have been transported to hospital. The keys to the ambulance was handed over to Minister for Carriacou and Pitimatic Affairs and Local Government, Honorable Kindra Maturin Stewart, by Dr. Carl McIntosh, Director of Hospital Services.
It's about the care that's given. It was blessed earlier, and the priest talked about the fact of God be with the persons that go in there, and that's most definite, and God being there with them, because God says faith alone without action is dead. So action comes from our health staff, which is right here. Action comes from you, and that comes from every single level, from nursing services to doctor services, orderlies, the people who drive the ambulance, all of that together. So again, on behalf of the Ministry of Health and Social Services, we'd like to hand over the ambulance to you and say, move forward. Hold on, woo!
Minister Stewart said the delivery and quality of healthcare services to the people of Carriacou and Pitimatnik should be enhanced.
I think it's something that we've all waited for quite a long time, and I'm extra happy this morning to be to have it in my hands this morning. I'm certain that this vehicle would be able to enhance the delivery of service to the people of Carriacou and Petite Martinique. It will be able to enhance the quality of service that we give to the people of Carriacou and Petite Martinique. And so on behalf of all the people of Carriacou and Petite Martinique, I say thank you, thank you, thank you. And I look forward to the continued partnership with all of us to ensure that healthcare remains something high on our agenda.
The ambulance is one from a fleet that was recently donated to the government of Grenada. It was donated by the National Lotteries Authority and the Canadian Banknote Company Limited.
Yes, I thank you very much. Right, so we get ambulance. So earlier on our page this morning, we told you about a young lady who was missing, and we want to let you know that after it was posted, a lot of people called her on and so on, and she was eventually found. The family and friends of this young lady wants to thank you for your efforts in helping them locate their loved one. She is now back home and with her family. All right, folks, what else do we have to tell you? We have to ask you, if you have not yet done so, people, go ahead and share the business. Some of all of those share the thing yet, all the share the thing. You know what I mean? Don't play all the planes, tush on them kind of thing, all the share the thing, man. You see, when all the share, that is how people get to see the thing. That's how people know what's going on in the program. So all you share the thing. Okay? Now yesterday, boy, we told you what was really breaking the internet. Hold on. And guess what? It's Friday, and as we're in a laughing mood, let me share 1 minute 60 seconds of fun with you.
Mental boy, I come to teach you about dressing because I don't like the clothes that you wearing. How come you don't see nothing matching? Like you still think it's Juve morning? Look at how your pants is falling down, walking like hot yam in your rectum. I want you to tell the doctor for me that you need an anal surgery.
Hold on. The surgery what you talking about? I feel you should get one for your mouth because we there and we FM and I don't looking for no problem. I try to be easy on the man, but I find you getting out of hand. Since you start to talk about Bam Bam, best you go and meet your Batty man.
All right, let me leave that talk there, right? Let's leave that talk right there. Now, the next thing that I want to tell you is the driver of PB370. Sorry, no. Mikey, you're blind. The driver of PG370. Again, the driver of PG370. You're kindly asked to call 403-6787. That number again, 403-6787. Or if you know the driver of this vehicle, PG370, please ask them to call the number. That number again, 403-6787. Folks, some of our little share the program yet. Share the business. Alright, please go ahead and share the business so that other people will see the business. When we come back, we've got the weather.
Listen to what you had to say
and turn up the old rules. Because losing what you paid for is just wrong. Now, lost data and talk are a thing of the past. Only Digicel gives you unlimited rollover data and talk. Just buy and renew your Quick Pick bundle before it expires and keep what's rightfully yours. Never lose what you don't use. Go to My Digicel app to bundle up and roll over today. Digicel.
Quartz invites you to pick your discount just in time for the new year. Shop from Thursday, December 27th to Monday, 31st and get 5%, 10%, 20%, 50%, even 100% off. That's right. You can win your purchase free. Pick your discount December 27th to 31st. Only at Quartz. Start the new year off with a bang.
It is often referred to as the biggest night of the year, Old Year's Night. And this year, we head to Spice Basket for a night of melody.
Get ready.
As Island Productions presents straight out of Trinidad, the melodic Baron. Baron. Baron alongside Grenada's very own Short Breed. Short Breed. One night, two artists, two bands, one great occasion, melody. Get to your limited $60 tickets now from Mitchell's Health and Wellness, Excel Plaza and Spice and more. Gittins Pharmacy, Grandans, St. George's and Grenville, Grenadian Optical, Grandans and St. George's, Unified Caribbean, Esplanade Mall, Maryland Shop, Bellevue, Licks and Bites and Kelly's Hotspot, St. John, Shai's Bar and Pierre's Barber Shop, St. Mark, the Big Line Bar, St. Patrick, Maxie's Bar, St. Andrew, Buy Smart Supermarket, the St. David's Pharmacy, SOG Food, St. David, the event that celebrates the old and kicks off the new year with melody. Baron.
Yes, so you feel it, you're feeling it. All right, folks, and so what we have for you right now is the weather. Yes, we want to tell you what the weather will be like, and so the weather is expected to be mostly fair and windy, and it will increase in cloudiness overnight with a medium chance of some light rain. Winds northeasterly to easterly at 15 to 25 miles per hour, gusting higher at times. Now seas moderate, waves 6 to 8 feet in open water. A small craft advisory is in effect. Now tides are expected to be high at around this time. All right, so remember that is expected to be windy and there is a small craft advisory in effect. Now tomorrow's sunrise is expected to be about 6:27 a.m. Now remember that Trinidad and St. Lucia has advised its residents of very high possibility of high surfs, waves, rough seas, and strong winds beginning tonight and possibly ending on Sunday. Please be guided accordingly. All right, and they're saying that this condition is likely to affect the region. All right, so be guided accordingly, folks. This is as far as we are going with you for tonight. Let's just, before we go, say hi to some people on the live. So we are going to say hello to, let's see, Shireen, Esther, Rose, Sonia, Nika, Suzette, Mishi, I hope I pronounced that right, Mickey, Khadijah, Kevin, Abby, Betian, Lisa, Angel, Doris, Kevin, Daria, Asha. Who else we have with us? Suzanne, Ezran, Ala, Zaka, Who else we have with us? We have Noreen with us as well, and Brenda. We have my mom. Hi, mom. We said Noreen already. Okay, and yeah, and we have Veronica as well with us this night. Trevelyn and everybody. Nicole, Dangles. Mikey, what are you giving away tonight? Nothing. Okay. Mikey, ain't in a giving mood these days. I feel. Oh boy, yeah, y'all behaving bad. So Ribbon, Melly, Joan, Asher, Alfred, Sheba, Rolanda, not Sheba, Jason, Hazel, Nikita, Wendy Ann, Phyllis, Alfred, and everybody else. Good night to you. Have yourselves a great weekend. We'll be back on Monday. If there's anything that happens before that, we will of course be live again. All right? Yeah, that's what we do. So let's go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, we all say, Ja! No. Good night, everyone.